Good morning, and thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax, and we do have a lot to talk about. But first, let's say hello to meteorologist Scot Haney. We have to get a check on that first alert forecast, which we do every 10 minutes or less here. Hey, good morning, Scott.
Good morning, ladies.
Pretty icy out there.
Yeah, in parts of the state, we are dealing with some of that asphalt that hasn't had an opportunity to freeze up. The moisture from yesterday's little storm system has proved to be a little trepidatious this morning. So I am giving you that red light. Roads are damp. They could be icy in parts of northern Connecticut. Visibility is good this morning. That's the good news. Turn our attention to a wind advisory in effect for Litchfield, Hartford, Tolland, and Wyndham. It goes into effect at 10 o'clock and is in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a long duration wind advisory, and it's going to be pretty windy around here, making temperatures that are already dropping feel even colder. 44 yesterday. I hope you enjoyed it, because today we're likely to put, well, our highs came early this morning, so we'll probably put a 37 or a 38 in the box. But in reality, the temperatures are only going to be in the low 30s today. We picked up 1.15 inches of precipitation at Bradley yesterday. Not a lot, but we'll take every drop we can get, right? Torrington, good morning to you. The sun is coming up. You'll notice a little sheen on the roadways there, so just be careful in this part of the state. First Alert Live radar is dry, and as we take a look at the satellite and radar, the storm system from yesterday has made an exit. A couple of scattered snow flurries might be with us during the day today, but it's not a big deal. What is a big deal are the temperatures. They're only going to be in the upper 20s, low 30s. Remember, 42 is where we should be. There's no 42 on this map. There's 32s and 33s and 35s along the shoreline, but it's a cold day. Throw in the wind, and it makes it feel like it's between 10 and 20 during the day today. Bundle up. Your 7-day forecast is next. Morning, Kate.
All right. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. Heading out the door, we do have a first alert I want to turn your attention to here in Guilford. Route 1 is closed. This is right along 95 northbound at exit 57 here this morning, and DOT telling us it's because we got some wires down. So you can see we've got some yellows through the area, some purples, which indicates obviously the road is closed, which is why we're seeing some delays. So give yourself some time to get around that safely and slowly. Live look here in Hartford on 91, right by exit 32A and B. Traffic volume building through that stretch. Looking good, though, through New Britain along Route 9. Here's a look right by the Route 15 91 connector in Meriden. We've got some construction that's getting ready to get set up there. You can see the road's looking a little damp. So bridges, overpasses, entrance, exit ramps, back inside roads, that's where we're probably seeing some of that black ice. So just watch out for that. Live look here in Tolland as well, along 84, right off of exit 68. That's right by Cider Mill Road. So again, not doing too bad. No crashes to tell you about, which is some good news. And your drive times, not doing too bad. Normal delays down through Fairfield County. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, Kate, thanks. It's 7:03 now, and we're following news of a major water main break in Waterbury.
That's right. We find our Roger Susannon on Thomaston Avenue, where this is all happening. Roger, fill us in and tell us who's affected this morning.
Well, ladies, good morning. You know, activity here is really ramping up. We've seen more work crews out here, and we can actually hear jackhammering behind us as well. I'm going to step aside and show you the scene here. This is a major issue for folks who live and work in this area, certainly. This is the intersection of Thomaston and Manville, and it's also right near a local elementary school, Sprague Elementary. So the bottom line is, you can see Thomaston is closed right now while this major project happens in both directions. And that means there are detours set up, so avoid the area if you can. Also, if your child goes to Sprague Elementary, you may need to take a little more time before they actually are able to get to school. There could be some delays. Now, we can tell you the good news is running water is back at the area. It has been restored, but it could come out of your faucet kind of a brownish color. Just let your water run. Water department officials say it is safe to drink, but it will eventually clear right up. Also, we do have an update. At 9 o'clock this morning, city leaders will hold a press conference about this issue. So it appears this will be a problem for a while yet at this point. Also, we can tell you there have been a rash of recent water main breaks in Waterbury, 3 at least major ones over the last couple of months. And part of the problem is that the pipes in Waterbury are about a century old. City leaders have said it is an ongoing issue, and it could be part of the reason that we're having this chaos play out behind us here on Thomaston and Manville. Again, the big issue is avoid the area if you can, and if your child goes to Sprague Elementary, they may need a little extra time to actually get to school, but classes will be on as usual. Reporting live in Waterbury this morning, I'm your reporter Roger Suzanne in Channel 3 Eyewitness News. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Roger, thanks. Just about 7:06 now, and some important health news this morning. Connecticut has its first confirmed case of measles in 4 years. We've learned the patient is an unvaccinated child in Fairfield County who recently traveled out of the country. More than 1,800 measles cases have been reported in the U.S. this year. That's the most in 3 decades.
Well, if you got into the hospital recently, you probably had to wait a little longer than you'd like. Part of that problem is caused by a nationwide nursing shortage.
In an announcement this morning, though, Connecticut plans to counter that shortage by making it easier for out-of-state nurses to practice here. Your reporter Anna Stansfield explains what this could mean for all of us.
To put it simply, it can mean we'll have even better medical care in our state. By making it easier for nurses to join the workforce here in Connecticut, it'll make sure we'll have even more trained professionals to take care of our patients. Governor Ned Lamont set to give an announcement later this morning, a policy change coming for nurses from other jurisdictions, making it easier for them to transfer their license over to Connecticut. Right now, there are several inconvenient hoops people have to jump through to transfer their licenses over, but this policy change will hopefully make it easier, making our state more attractive to registered nurses who want to live and work here. It won't just be nurses who benefit from this, though. In the long run, we'll all see the positive impacts when we or a loved one wind up in the hospital, hopefully now surrounded by even more trained professionals to take care of us. Governor Lamont has yet to be very specific about exactly what these changes will be and how they'll roll out. He's set to give an announcement on all of this later this morning at 10:30, and of course, as we learn more about it, we'll bring you the very latest on air and on the WFSB News app. For now, though, I'm your reporter in Hartford, Anna Stansfield, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, today, 3 New Haven police officers charged in a case of a man who was paralyzed while in police custody are due back in court. All 3 are going to trial after they rejected a plea deal last month. The judge could decide if their trials will be held together or separately, and they could face more than a year in prison if convicted. 2 other officers involved accepted plea deals last month. The victim, Randy Cox, was paralyzed when he hit the wall of a police van in 2022.
Right now, a homicide investigation is underway in Stamford. Police tell us a 79-year-old man who officers found dead after a standoff on Oaklawn Avenue died from forceful blows to the head. Officers initially responded to the home to serve an eviction notice. They told us the suspect barricaded himself inside and fired multiple gunshots at officers before taking his own life. No word yet on how the suspect and victim were connected. Also right now, state police need your help solving a deadly road rage incident on I-84 in West Hartford that shut down the highway for hours Tuesday afternoon. Investigators say it started as an argument between 2 people in a tractor trailer and a box truck. We're told the driver of the tractor trailer climbed onto the box truck and then was run over. Police initially told us they responded to a car versus pedestrian crash. No arrests had been made.
Some new information here this morning. We've learned a former teacher at Maloney High School in Meriden, accused of sexually assaulting a student, allegedly took the student on trips out of state. Court documents show the suspect and victim sent intimate photos of each other, and the suspect turned herself in last week and is charged with 5 counts of sexual assault.
Well, today, gun violence prevention advocates will join our state's congressional delegation in Washington to call for stronger gun laws. This Sunday marks 13 years since 20 young children and 6 school staff members were killed in a mass shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary in Newtown. Advocates say more than 1 million Americans have been injured or killed by violence since then.
Today in Hartford, we're expecting to hear more about the upgrades to People's Bank Arena and how they've impacted businesses in the nearby downtown area. So the Metro Hartford Alliance hosting an annual meeting there today to talk about the ways to boost the region's economy. The arena has been renovated, the concourse is new, there's new seating, and it hosts the Hartford Wolfpack, UConn basketball, and much more.
An update this morning, Saturday state championship football game between Killingly and Daniel Hand has been moved to Veterans Stadium in New Britain. It was initially scheduled to be played at the Coast Guard Academy, but some parents were concerned they couldn't watch their kids play because they don't have a real ID. You need one of those or a passport to gain access to the academy. We have an updated schedule for the games at Veterans Stadium on our website and mobile app.
This morning, the Xfinity Theater in Hartford taking on a new name by going back to its roots. Once again, it will be called Meadows Music Theater. They already have plans to host shows for artists like Machine Gun Kelly and Riley Green. More shows will be added over the next few months.